Hey guys, welcome back to Vintage Poor Boy, and we are thriving today. It is a blisteringly cold, snowy February morning, and as you can see, we have money. This is Graybeard Gaming, and I do want to welcome you guys back. So, we've had some good times today. I have had way too much coffee this morning. It's only like 6 a.m. I've already gone to work and gotten home for the morning. So I don't know. I apologize, but I am kind of wound up right now. So take a deep breath. Okay, guys, we have money and it's burning a hole in my pants. I mean, I'm sitting on my wallet and it is hot. So let's go ahead. Let's figure out what we're going to blow this money on. Because the longer I have it, it's not doing anything for us. We got to put our money to work. So let's go ahead and take a quick look and see if there's anything in the market for used inventory. I'm not really looking for much. At least right now, I'm always looking, but I don't really need. So let's go ahead and take a quick look though, because you never know. There is nothing. This Fendt would qualify, I believe, as a modern classic, but we are staying away from Fendt. That is one of the brands that, we made that decision on early on in this playthrough. So, nothing doing in the used market. So let's go ahead and take a wild peek. We have at our disposal enough. Oh no, we don't have enough to do that, but we have enough to do this, and we'll have a good amount of money left over. I say let's get after it. We get this, or we can get this. The reason I want this property is basically so I can have access to this little section here. This property is also nice for the same reason, but if we can't afford this one, we sure as heck can't afford that one. So this property here is similar to me in value as this one, because I'd have access to all of this. The reason I want that access, straightforward, guys. I want to get into lumber. I want to plant our own trees, but I can't do that unless I have purchased one of those. Now, we could purchase up here to get this little forested land up in here, all of this, but no thanks. It's too far away. I mean, I want to keep our block to, our farmland to this section right through here. That's what I want to own, is this grouping, and maybe this field eventually. Outside of that, I don't want to go this far down. These are great fields, but really, I mean, you add in all this. If I were to buy all this, I would probably combine these two fields, and then these two fields would be built together, and then ultimately these two fields would be put together as well. I would also put these three together, because I would then plant trees on this, and this would just be a generic, probably a what I call a feed plot for livestock. So let's go ahead. We're going to purchase this field here, and let's get it done. All right, we own it. We own all the way to the tracks. So the highway to the tracks, it is the highway. This is the expressway. We're going to call this the highway. So yeah, we own everything Main Street to the railroad tracks in this little block. And now we're going to start building east to west from our farm. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at our new property. Before we do anything, though, let's go ahead and purchase soil information so that we know what we're dealing with. All right, so yeah, let us somewhere. I've got to have a spreader, because there she blows. The reason I want my spreader is because I'm going to go take it down there, and because we purchased the field soil information, we may as well spread some fertilizer on that plot of land. We'll drop those off there, and the only thing we've got planted right now is our wheat. I do not know if this is going to be enough. I believe that field had already had lime spread in it, and then they plowed it under, so I'm hoping that, you know, the cost of what I need for lime is minimal. But we're about to find out, guys. How exciting is this? This is what we've been working towards. We've been trying to get to this point. I'm not going to combine these two fields yet, only because I want to get I need to get to a point where I've got enough fields that combining fields makes sense. The first two that the first two combined sets we did were all relatively small fields, but I do need some small fields for stock feed fields. So that's what, you know, I don't know as I'm gonna let this one remain as a stock field for feeding the animals. I mean, looks like I'm gonna have to buy more lime regardless. But like I said, I don't know as I'm gonna need to sit there, and at the end of the day, I'm going to probably next season combine those two. This season, however, I want to maximize what we've got so that we have a good variety. I did wind up selling off most of our beets because I think I made a mistake by planting so many beets. Having so many beets, when I started looking into it, it didn't make sense. The pig's health was affected negatively as a result of all of the root crops that we had tried to feed them. They weren't getting the proper nutrition. That's why we sold off all 10,000 liters of root crop. I could have gone and gotten a cutter, which eventually I probably will. I'll probably purchase the cutter wagon, and we will ultimately use that. But I decided against it for the moment. Also, I did not sell off wheat or barley. I kept all that. I did sell off all of our silage, and I actually wound up filling up the biogas to where they couldn't purchase anymore. So I have to remember that for future reference, that they eventually, you know, get filled up, and they can't take but so much. So, you know, you have to be mindful of that. looks like we just got seeds. So let's go ahead and purchase another oversized bag of lime. Yes. Now, I'm just gonna drop that there. One of the things I did notice when... Oh, we're gonna lose it. I was hoping to be able to take it all the way back and then drop it into the in front of the silo for dealing with later. But one of the things I did notice was, you know, we have extra money for the first time, and we've just bought a field. How awesome of a feeling! I mean, I think you guys probably understand, you know, because if you played this game, you don't just watch it on YouTube. I don't know a whole lot of people that don't play the game as well as watch it. But one of the things that is kind of a sense of achievement. It is an awesome feeling to get to that point where you're no longer paying off on a loan, or you are like, oh, well, I don't have to sit there and buy more equipment, because you do have at least enough to run with. And that's kind of where we're at. And just an awesome feeling to get to that point. And to me, you know, there's no better feeling. You know, this is what we have been working towards doing. And, you know, to get there and be able to say, hey, we finally accomplished our main objective, was to get out of debt. Let's set a new one. So our new goals were, let's start building out our farm. In the next, you know, year and a half or so, by the end of year, like we're right now, we're in the early quarter of, or first half of year 4. By the next growing season, so year 5, I'll want to be able to have purchased that next field and plant my trees and start looking at that. And then once those trees are planted, then we just continue to build from there. And this field really needed some work, because I barely put anything down or covered any of that field. So that whole corner is terrible condition on its pH level. So going to be a lot of work getting that fixed up. But yeah, so I think that's where a lot of content creators kind of go wrong, and they get to that point where, you know, they've met their main objective, and they stop creating content on that.